Yo. So we got another one. Diddy apologizing to Cassie, but it's the night and day cartoons like we've been rolling. This was hopefully they don't show, like, I don't think they're gonna show the reenactment of what happened. Probably just him apologizing the next day, which looks like in the thumbnail. So we'll see what's the comedic part of this, which wasn't funny to even watch. It was like crazy. Dude must have been out of his mind. And again, I said it in the video. I don't know which one's gonna drop first, but so everybody there that watched that and let that jumped off, like, she should have sued them too. Why one man? They allow one man ain't that powerful, bro. The money, that's one thing folks be tripping. They chase money so much, and it has no power. You're giving it power, something that they cut from a tree, literally, because you're so obsessed with what it can buy and the things it can do, and people in that situation, like Puffy being in that situation, who has it, people allow what he has as far as income, money, to make them be in submission. That's done, and that's being done on a level of one individual. You got your own jobs and companies and corporations that put people in charge at different levels, and they take it upon themselves to administer judgment and termination, and then the next person holds them accountable, and that person above that person holds them accountable to be this way, and then you got the one person sitting on top looking for what? The benefits that it brings in, but they control everything. They control everything from here down, and they control the way you act and treat each other and mistreat each other, be spiteful, be petty, and you're making people lose their jobs and careers. And then you get to this moment where it's isolated and your livelihood is on the line versus sticking up for someone and telling them, dude, you're doing too much, getting them off of it. And risk always going to happen is what? He going to try to be a thug, and get somebody to come after you, whatever. But guess what? You helped save this type of embarrassment, and you would have helped him out a lot too from him wilding out like that on camera. And now look at he in a world of trouble. A world of trouble. Just clown antics. He's a clown, and everybody else that's employed by him are clowns. You know what I mean? This is crazy.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. And sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy. I'm going to rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you
What's wrong with his nose?
gotta do that. I was fucked up. I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. My being up on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions. In that video, I was
collab with Usher.
I was disgusted till when I did it. I'm disgusted now when it help. I had to go into therapy and go to rehab.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable.
Let's say the real thing.
I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it, I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy. I'm going to rehab.
This is wild. These boys is
ask
wild.
God for His mercy and grace.
They made a dedication off of his.
I'm so sorry.
These boys are wild.
But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
This is I tell my daughter all the time. The clown antics right there, boy. He's saying he was high. I remember seeing that interview too. I didn't even look like him. He's so high and he needed to get help. He hit rock bottom. Bro, it didn't like you hit rock bottom because y'all hid the tape. You hid the tape, bro. Like it didn't come out for a while. Like, so there's a cover up. You know what I mean? Like that situation should have been handled when it happened. Meaning you should have made your atonement stand with her situation, everything. That way, years later, this doesn't come out and all this stuff is happening. You get what I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. You're upset or you're apologizing for your actions. It kind of happens immediately. Things follow you, of course, but this situation wouldn't have blown up as bad if he would have really handled it with her when it happened and after it happened. The lawsuit and everything, he would have never came out if he'd have made it right. And then to come out and say that makes it look like, bro, you didn't think about it until the situation got bad. That's kind of what that looks like. You know what I mean? And to be having all that money, bro, there's no way if I lost it like that in a hotel room, I'm coked out or whatever he was on, I don't make that, like, clean that up big time. Apology, whatever needs to be done is going to get done. Because the way he's remorseful in that video, that if he was remorseful like that back then, that would have been cleared up. And that's what I'm using as a reasoning. And that's what I'm using as a mindset. I'm using what he's saying as a mindset I would have been under. If I was under that same mindset, I would have done that when it happened. We settled for 50 million. I got to give her 50 million. I'm giving her 50 million. You know what I mean? I walked you down the hallway, whooping your butt. You know what I'm saying? Just stumping you out and all kind of stuff. Like 50 million, okay, you need it. You deserve it because I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we wait years later and now she's trying to sue you and stuff. Again, you got to settle because how's that happen? This is clown stuff, bro. That's clown behavior. They can get away with everything. You know what I mean? Oh, boy. Boy. Puffy boy. It's sad, and you wonder how many other people are doing the same thing, man, and getting away with it just because people are afraid. Versus, hey, bro, I screwed you over. This is what I owe you. I owe you this and more. We all gonna make mistakes. We all gonna do stuff wrong. That's without a doubt. So don't think I'm getting on him because he did something. I'm getting on him because he waited so late to make an atonement, in my opinion, based on what he's doing, because that should have never jumped off like this. If he really made an atonement back then, like he felt regretful back then, he would have cleaned that completely up, that whole situation. And you can do that when you feel sorry, when you feel true sorry for your actions. But we all gotta live and learn somehow. You know what I mean? Again, this one was supposed to be more funny. I didn't think it would be. It was still funny about the songs, but just thinking about that, what happened and how he came out, man, it's just like, nah, bro, you kind of played yourself with that one, man. You might as well just stay quiet and just do the payoff, let the video come out and drop and let it go. Made yourself look worse. And you don't owe nobody nothing. You only owe her something. You know what I mean? You don't owe us nothing. You don't owe people no excuses or anything. Because if they got good sense, they know they do wrong they dang self. You know what I mean? If you do wrong your dang self, you done some stuff too. You know, and so he really didn't owe nobody nothing. He just made it easy for people to talk about him. That's that fame, bro. That fame gets you think you gotta explain. You don't gotta explain yourself. Oh, I lose money. I did what I had to do for the person that I harmed. I didn't harm nobody else. I harmed these people. If there's multiple people, that's who you harm. And that's the only people you owe something to. You know what I mean? You owe it to the fans and nothing like that, bro. People would have forgot about that stuff a year from now, 2 years from now. You'd have got your endorsements back. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You screwed up. We all screw up. And we all gotta face the consequences for our actions, you know. But on that note, let's just say stay out of trouble. Let's say stay out of trouble. Keep your hands to yourselves. You know what I mean? Eat as much as possible. Don't harm people. Do right by people. You know, so we don't all end up in this situation, which we are all in at some point in our lives. We get in the situation. But if we can just try harder not to, we may not have to face these type of consequences. Or we may have to. It's just your own personal journey you're going through in life. Help support the channel. Like and subscribe. And I'll see y'all on the other side. I'm out. Peace.